Imagine a world so different from today, a world where the land was barren, the seas were wild, and life was nothing like what we see now. Long ago, on a young and rugged earth, life began in the most humble and strange ways. Tiny cells, barely visible to the eye, emerged in the depths of ancient oceans. These early organisms were simple, yet they held the spark of life that would one day blossom into the incredible diversity we know today. Over 3.5 billion years ago, the Earth was a harsh and unforgiving place. In the dark, warm waters of the early oceans, simple cells formed from a mix of chemicals in what many call the primordial soup. These tiny cells, the first forms of life, had no nuclei and no organs. They were just simple building blocks, working quietly to survive in a chaotic world. Despite their small size, they were tough and resourceful, adapting to extreme conditions and laying the foundation for all future life. One group of these early cells, known as bacteria, began to flourish in environments that were too hot or too acidic for other life. These hardy bacteria found ways to use the chemicals around them for energy. They thrived where few others could, and in doing so, they slowly changed the very nature of the planet. One remarkable type of bacteria, called cyanobacteria, developed the ability to use sunlight to create energy, a process we now know as photosynthesis. With this ability, they released oxygen into the water and, eventually, into the air. This was the start of a dramatic change on Earth, the Great Oxidation Event. The release of oxygen was both a gift and a curse. On one hand, oxygen made it possible for more complex life forms to evolve. On the other hand, many of the early organisms that had lived in a low-oxygen world struggled to survive in this new, oxygen-rich environment. This dramatic shift forced life to change, adapt, or perish. It is a powerful reminder that even the simplest life forms can have a profound impact on our planet. As life continued to evolve, the Earth became a stage for a wild experiment in survival. In the oceans, soft-bodied creatures known as the Ediacaran biota appeared. These strange organisms had unusual shapes and delicate structures that seem almost alien to us today. Their soft bodies left only faint impressions in the rocks, but they tell a story of life taking forms that we rarely see anymore. Many of these creatures vanished without a trace, leaving behind mysteries that still puzzle scientists. But evolution did not stop there. As the Earth cooled and the ocean stabilized, life began to explore new ways of survival. Some organisms developed hard shells to protect themselves from predators. Others grew strange limbs or adapted to life on the ocean floor. Every new adaptation was a small step in a long journey, and each step helped life become more complex and diverse. One of the most famous early groups of creatures was the trilobites. These ancient animals roamed the seas for millions of years, with their distinctive, segmented bodies and complex eyes. Trilobites came in many shapes and sizes, and their fossils are among the most common found in sedimentary rock. They remind us that the path of evolution is full of twists and turns. Some branches thrive for a time before disappearing completely, while others evolve into entirely new forms of life. Another fascinating chapter in the story of early life is the evolution of the eye. The eye is one of nature's most remarkable inventions. It did not appear suddenly, fully formed and perfect. Instead, tiny light-sensitive cells gradually evolved into the complex organs we have today. This slow, step-by-step process shows us that even the most intricate systems can start from very simple beginnings. It is a testament to the power of persistence and adaptation in the face of challenges. The evolution of life on Earth is not a straight line. It is more like a branching tree, filled with dead ends, unexpected twists, and surprising new beginnings. Some species that were once common went extinct, while others adapted in ways that no one could have predicted. Each branch of this tree tells a story of trial and error, of bold experiments and quiet successes. It is a story of nature's incredible creativity, where even the most unusual ideas can pave the way for future wonders. Consider the strange and wonderful adaptations of deep-sea creatures. In the pitch-black depths of the ocean, where no sunlight reaches, life took on forms that seem almost magical. Many of these creatures developed bioluminescence, a natural glow that they used to lure prey or communicate in the dark. Others evolved unique ways to withstand crushing pressure pressure and extreme cold. These odd adaptations are a reminder that life can thrive in the most unlikely places, finding a way to persist against all odds. The journey of life also includes moments when ancient ideas were nearly lost, only to be rediscovered later. Some early inventions and adaptations were forgotten as new technologies emerged. For example, the early mechanisms that led to photosynthesis paved the way for modern energy production, yet they remained hidden for countless millennia. It is a powerful lesson that sometimes the greatest innovations are not new at all, they are rediscoveries of ideas that have been with us all along. Every living thing on Earth is connected by this long, twisting path of evolution. From the simplest bacteria to the most complex plants and animals, life is a tapestry woven from billions of years of change. Even the smallest organisms have played a part in shaping our world. The oxygen that fills our lungs, the food we eat, and the water we drink all have their origins in the work of these early life forms. They may have been tiny, but their impact is immense. Reflect on the beauty of a blooming flower or the graceful flight of a bird. These wonders of nature are the result of countless experiments in evolution, a series of small changes that, over time, created something extraordinary. They remind us that life is full of surprises and that progress often comes from the most unlikely beginnings. The story of Earth's odd beginnings is not just a tale of science. It is a story of hope, resilience, and the endless possibility that lies in every small idea. It tells us that even in the harshest conditions, life finds a way to flourish. Every new adaptation, no matter how strange it may seem, is a step toward a brighter, more diverse future. And as we look around at the amazing world we live in today, we can see the echoes of those early days in every living thing.